Dear everyone, okay, welcome to this meeting. We are talking about discover your learner's learning styles. So this topic is quite important for us to discuss further since it also determine our success in teaching and learning process. Well, this is the main topics that we are going to talk about. First is we talk about the definition, what are learning styles, and then the second one, learning styles. That means here kinds of learning styles, and then next characteristics of particular learning style, and then effective teaching methods, and also how to discover how you know about your learners' learning styles, and next a bit about multiple intelligences, and the last one is differentiated learning. Well, let's just get started. Okay, what are learning styles? What do you think about this? All right, well done. So learning styles is the typical way of learners uh, to learn fast. So here, look at this sentence. Every child is born ready to learn. Yet children and adults generally have a preferred style in which they learn fast. Maybe a child or a learner might learn through a combination of style, but usually there is one learning style he or she favors over the others. So the common understanding is that sometimes children or learners have some dominant learning styles, but uh, the most typical one is usually learner has one dominant learning style. It's okay. Okay, next, there is no right or wrong learning style. Your primary learning style may be different from your child or from your learners. So the best way to carry on in your instruction is, or to work effectively with your learners, you need to understand both your own learning styles and your child or your learners. And then when you identify how your child learns best, you can help your child have more positive learning experiences. So this is basically in the purpose of your learner's success. When your learners can effectively learn in your instruction, and you know that, then it is like we meet our expectation and students' capacity, basic capacity. Next, the most common learning styles. Actually, there are so many learning styles, but these are the common learning styles. The first one is visual, the second one auditory, and the third one is physical or kinesthetic. Here I in purpose uh, gave you something inside the brackets. Visual, you need to have a keyword show me. So with a student that good at visual, you have to show them. And auditory, tell me, and physical, let me try it. Okay, let's get to know further. Okay, we are talking about visual learners. Visual learners, yeah, they learn by watching. So they are good at learning through some pictures, images to remember, create a picture in their heads, learn spelling. They may picture the way a word looks, and then they enjoy art and drawing, read maps, charts, diagram well, like mazes and puzzles. So they are good at identifying a kind of position through maps, and then also they make flashcards for key informations, also draw symbols or pictures, visually highlight keywords and pictures, making chart to organize information. So this is the example of learners with a visual learning style. They also translate words and ideas into symbols, pictures, and diagrams. They use to-do lists, assignment logs, and written notes. Next, these auditory learners, auditory, tell me they are strong at listening. They benefit from traditional teaching techniques, so they like lecturing basically. They learn well when directions are read aloud or information is presented and requested verbally. And then they remember facts when presented in poem, song, or melody. So you have to be creative in terms of this. They also like to tell stories and jokes, and they play words games, and also they use tape recorders. They like to use tape recorders. So this is the example of what picture of auditory learners. They like to listen. Okay, next one, teaching methods for auditory learners. Okay, maybe you can read out loud together. You can encourage them to read out loud when they study so they can hear the instructions. And the next one, study with a partner is also a good idea for them so they can talk out solutions to problems. So they listen to each other and then write out a sequence of steps to solve a problem. Then read the steps out loud. This is the key. Read the steps out loud. Okay, so researchers has proven in the last 10 years that children retain more mathematics if there is classical music playing softly in the background. So, but the teachers rarely use this method to help their student learn them. Instead, teachers prefer the room to be quiet except for their own voice. Is that right? Yeah, so we hardly find the school that play soft music as the background. But I experienced this when I used to be when I was a teacher of kindergarten students. My schools played soft music as the background, and somehow we felt that it also worked for the students. So this one maybe bring some new thought for you that quiet and no voices uh, are not the only best way to learn. So we have to also consider that some of our students or our learners are auditory learners. Okay, next one we are talking about physical learners. Okay, yeah, physical learners. Look at this one. They play, they do this kind of game, and also, yeah, they climb. They learn best through movement and physical manipulation. They like to find out how things works and what to touch, feel, and experience what they are being asked to learn. Yeah, so yeah, they like to move basically. Don't set them in in a fixed seat. You expect them to sit and quiet all the time. It would be unfair for them. Yeah, this is the fact. Most kindergartners are physical learners. So yeah, if we are talking about the age of young learners, yeah, we can say that very young learners are physical learners. Most of them physical learners, but by second or third grade, mean that by the age of young learners, in the middle of young learners, their learning styles may change to visual or auditory. However, half of all students in high school and beyond remain physical learners. So this can be concluded that most of us are physical learners actually. Okay, physical learners may also need to manipulate, handle, and try things out. They have short attention span. This is the typical. Need to be moving to learn. Show you think rather than telling you about them. Okay, next one. Teaching method for this kind of students. Just let them participate in science or math laboratories. So you can do a kind of experiments in terms of language teaching, of course, because we are talking about English for young learners. And then also create and participate in dramatic production. So they will really enjoy when you ask them to perform some dialogic or dramatic instructions. Please go on field trip. Yeah, this is good idea. And the next one, create and perform skirts and dances. Skirts is kind of a short drama, short, funny or humorous drama. And also encourage them to take notes and draw diagram. Yeah, because they move, right? And also have them make models. So just like this one, this is the models they make by their own, and then you just observe, they touch, and go around to show to the friends and so forth. These are they are performing. Yeah, for kinesthetic students, they like doing this kind of activity. Next, this is the best question. The good question, how to discover your learner's learning style? How? What do you think about this? Okay, we can discover our learner's learning style by watching how our learners tackle new tasks and interact with her or with their with their word. Okay, so we just observe them when they are doing some activities, when they respond to our instruction. Okay, and here I will show you the slide. What are the characteristics that we can capture to conclude whether they are visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. This one, the visual learners, they notice details, they are aware of similarities and differences. Yeah. They often have good eye-hand coordination, may be quiet and deliberate, may have a vivid imagination. They have very good imagination. They may have trouble remembering verbal direction and messages. So you have to put in picture, not telling them the direction, but showing them the direction. Okay, what about auditory learners? Yeah, they talk to him. They talk to themselves. Yeah, uh, hum and ask a lot of questions. If you find this sort of students, so you might refer that they are auditory learners. They may want to make a lot of noise if it is too quiet. Yeah, they are quite initiative to start the conversation. They may be distracted by having too many sounds at one time. It can be, and also they are very social and love to talk about what they are doing. So yeah, they like to talk. And what about physical learners? Yeah, if you see a learner seems to be in constant motion, also maybe needs to handle and try things out to understand to understand them, and may actually need to be moving to learn. If you find this particular learners, so you may refer that he or she is physical learners. Okay, understanding your learner's learning style helps you. Yeah, this is why understanding their learning styles is important. The first one, it can keep expectation realistic. So we cannot expect students who like to move to be really quiet and only listen something. This is because we understand that they are kinesthetic or physical, then we will not expect them to do good in quiet motion. I mean, in sitting on their seats. So we will understand that. The next one is prevent your learner from feeling frustrated when he or she is not doing work that is up uh, to his or her potential. This is her, right? Okay, so you will be able to help your learners. Okay, when for example you deliver the instruction that doesn't match to his learning style, then you know uh, what uh, how to handle this, how to help your student to not be frustrated. And then experiment with different learning styles and environment to improve your child's accomplishment and feeling of achievement. So of course, when we are learning about learning styles, we go out or we go beyond our own learning style, then we can experiment the different learning styles and we can also learn and we can try to consider about our best instructions. Okay, next one. A ratio of learning style. This is the data. 40% of all students fall into the visual learning styles. Yeah, the percentage is quite high, right? And then 50% of students fall into the kinesthetic. Yeah, this is very good data. And the remaining 10% of student are auditory learners. So don't construct your learning on the basis of lecturing or asking them to listen you a lot. That would be not wise enough. So look at this one. Okay, this chart or picture pictures the multiple intelligences that the area that we have to boost. So the common practice teacher only focus on math intelligence, on student language competency only, but actually they have many areas that should be developed. We have to realize this. So in teaching English for young learners, we need to consider that they have to be body smart, word smart, math smart, art smart, music smart, people smart. At least we introduce them some activities that boost them in this particular competencies. So later on, they will find their dominant, and then we can help them on how to boost or maximize their intelligence. But as teacher, we have to kind of support them, prepare the instruction that give the opportunity for them to develop in this area. Okay, yep. So after understanding this concept, what can you bring to your future English for young learners classes? All right, I want you to think this deeper and then find the practical ways to bring into your instruction. Maybe this is the answer. The concept of differentiated learning. You can find out the references further. So you have to present some differentiated instruction in terms of material, in terms of media, in terms of activities, etc. Okay, you can look further about this, look up further. Okay, that's all our material for today. Okay, thank you for listening. Hopefully this video will help your understanding, and I say thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.